Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Aries, thank you for your huge amount of patience. I am going to be doing your summer reading for you, and we're going to be looking at the seasons with the approach of the Wheel of Fortune, of which one of those cards, which is what Spirit gave me the idea to do this reading in terms of seasons and looking at seasons and natural cycles, does talk about the natural cycles of our life. So this is about a reading about moving with the cycles and Spirit's messages for you. So I've made some notes in terms of what I want the cards to focus on, and we are going to be using 88 cards, which are 22 cards from major arcana cards from 4 different tarot decks. And the reason I'm using the majors is because they are the trump cards of tarot. They are the big messages from Spirit. They are the life-changing cards. They are the cards to take notice of. They are cards that have a pivotal energetic movement and motion in your life, and they are about your spiritual growth, your spiritual evolution, and can provide some deeper meanings of why things are happening for you at this time. So first of all, I want to look at where you are right now, yourself. What is your self sort of current state of being, current state of well-being at this time? Thank you for Aries. For those that most need to hear the message, thank you, Spirit. If the reading resonates, it simply means that you are receiving in divine timing a message that's helping you to remember what you already know. If it doesn't resonate, my darling, it simply means it wasn't for you at this time. So the Star card. This Star card is an extraordinary card of releasing. Okay, so this is the space you are in at the moment. There has been, within the space that you've been, this is the healing card, okay? This is the sort of major arcanas of the healing card, of the healing deck. This is about whatever's happening for you right now is the universe's way of dismantling your current structure and your energetic structure in your life to make way for a new structure, a new expanded structure in your life. And it's to take into consideration, into account what your long-term accomplishments are, what your long-term manifestations are, what your long-term goals are as well. This is about something long-term, so do have patience at this time. Within this card, and it says the word here, faith as well, and inspiration and fulfillment. This angel is, so what Spirit is trying to say as well is that there is a great deal of weight that's being carried for you at this time, and that you have the support, spiritually have the support of those around you that you need. But it is about releasing a lot of feelings that have been weighing you down, emotions that have been weighing you down, burdens that have been weighing you down, responsibilities maybe that have been weighing you down as well. And it's about releasing them into the flow of life with the understanding that they're not needed anymore. Whatever this structure was in your life, it has been dismantled, this energetic structure, because the purpose of it from a soul level has been achieved. And this is the sort of thing about the inspiration, fulfillment, faith. This is the place you're in right now, where there has been a sort of different choice of direction and how else can I say the Spirit, a shifting in your degree of optimism now for the future. So that is where you are right now. This is your soul's essence. Do you see with the very large, beautiful card here, and then these other little smaller cards right now? This is your soul's destiny, your soul's purpose. And I am seeing the wheel at the bottom of the deck as well. So this is part of this natural, beautiful cycle that's happening for you at this time. So that is the Star card. So now I want to, I'm putting it back in the deck. I shouldn't be doing it. Now I want to look at your environment. Okay, so what is around you at this time that is potentially having an impact on you, what is influencing perhaps where you are right now and the choices that you're making. Thank you for Aries, the environment that they're in right now. Thank you. And you've got 88 cards. It's funny, the extra few cards can make an awful lot of a difference, but that wanted to come out. So you are being given space to breathe right now. You're giving this is the environment. This is a new cycle for you that's being given to you. This environment of release, this environment of this space of keeping it simple. If that is resonating with you, there has been a lot of letting go in order for this journey to be lighter for you. And what Spirit wants you to do is to relax into this, okay? And relax at the ease and the flow and the pace of it, because she's walking here. So this is happening at the natural pace for you. There is no run here. There is a spring in her step. So I really feel with this inspiration, fulfillment, and faith, that your faith in the situation, your faith in the movement forward is helping you at this time. The fox talks about the fact that when we focus on the problem, we tend to have more problems. When we focus on the problem, it just tends to cause a lot of energetic negative shifts within us, where we get caught up in the negative thought patterns, those wonderful conditioned program thought patterns that we have. And the fox is a reminder that, you know, when we focus on simply rather our vibration and where we are, and we focus on the movement forward, and we focus on getting ourselves into a vibration where we are of acceptance of where we are, and we are excited about the unknown, then the solutions present themselves. The decisions that we make come from that space. And it's interesting when we make decisions, isn't it, that we can fret and we can worry and we can think about all the outcomes and we can think about what this might happen and that might happen. But actually, when we end up making a decision, it tends to happen almost in a split second, where we come to that final flick of, you know, this is what I want to do. So where does that decision come from? Does it come from the ego pain body, or does it come from the soul? Does it come from the essence? Because we are meant to go through everything that we're meant to. Everything has a rhyme and reason. So just understand that the solution will be presented to you when it is meant to be presented to you. And if you focus solely now on releasing everything else, okay, releasing everything else that is not necessary for you, the emotional burdens that you've been carrying, it's about taking that reflection for yourself. It's about taking that responsibility for yourself. It's about seeing the good that's happened in every situation, the gift that's happening. And as you have freeing yourself, this, wherever you are right now, you are in a space of this continuing freeing yourself from the weights of the past. There is a freedom. There is I feel like you're feeling that there aren't that many constraints now in terms of the direction that you want to go in the future. And you know, this card, as the Fool card, effectively, the pilgrim, the word pilgrim talks about a quest. It talks about a spiritual quest. It talks about that rebirth, this renewal as well. And it is, you know, when pilgrims go on a journey, there is a certain amount of trust and faith that they are going to receive the answers that they need. And this is Spirit saying, yes, but keep it simple. Don't overthink it at this time. So that is the environment you're in right now. So now let's look at, we're going to look at winter. And winter is a time in nature of rest, isn't it? It's a time where the soil rests. It is the necessary rest and renewal time in order for spring to happen so beautifully. So what is it at the moment that you are taking or being guided to take a break from right now? And also what is awaiting a certain form of renewal in the spring? So thank you, Spirit, about winter for Aries. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Too many cards. I saw the Hierophant, which is the shaman, and that one wanted to come out. The Great Mother. Wonderful, wonderful card. So what is waiting, renewal, rebirth, what is in rest at the moment is the birth of something new, the birth of something that you are very protective about. And the bear here also talks about the need for rest, the need for hibernation, the need to protect your energy, the need to distance yourself sometimes from those that may not understand you and get you, and the need for you to release the burden of yourself, feeling that you have to explain everything or carry around other people's thoughts and opinions. It is the Great Mother, and the poppies here in this card is about your great remembrance at this time, that you, my darling, are perfect as you are. You are divinely connected. You are facing your fears. You are courageous. It is about the fact that with the baby there as well, you know, this is an opportunity and a moment for you within this rebirth state, within your state of releasing and letting go, to create a new wonderful path for yourself. And, you know, when we look at nature and we look at things in terms of, you know, even that big bear was once a tiny bear cub and probably wasn't, you know, very cute, very cuddly, but hadn't come into the full majesty of who it is. And so this is what I'm seeing here with this Great Mother, that you know, out of small things grow extraordinary things. And with the Great Mother, it is a reminder that as you are going through this extraordinary inspired recovery and release as well for yourself, that you are being your best friend, you are mothering yourself, you are nurturing yourself, you are taking responsibility to heal yourself. And this is words of encouragement from Spirit. This is words of care from Spirit. The bear behind there is a symbol of the protection and of the space and the reassurance that Spirit is giving you at this time. And it is also with the understanding, just like cycles, that Mother Nature, Great Mother, Mother Nature, has so much to teach us about cycles. And I have said this before, but I say it again, that we have a huge, extraordinary, radical acceptance of Mother Nature. We do not contest or complain about cycles in nature. We appreciate and understand there are necessary cycles. Now we are connected. We are of the same. We are that same source energy. And we have done an amazing job of telling ourselves otherwise, but we are the same source energy. So why do we have that impatience with ourselves about this current state of being, or the state of who we are? We are perfect as we are. And wherever we are in our life, we are meant to be where we are. And Spirit is saying that wonderful thing of letting it happen by itself, letting it happen just as nature happens spontaneously. Let it happen by itself. It does take time. You know, when women are pregnant, it takes a certain amount of time for the baby to grow within the womb. It takes time for us to grow within the dark. Everything grows within the dark. And this is an extraordinary amount of growing time for you within this winter cycle of rest and hibernation and solitude and connection to source energy, to nature. So spend some time outdoors if you can do at this time. Okay, so now let's move forward and see from spring, which is a time of when those shoots start to grow out from the dark. It's a time of growth, and what is happening? What is you're just starting to see? What is just coming into fruition at the time? And what maybe is growing very fast, a little bit like sort of, I don't know, sweet peas, or tulips appear in the first days of spring, don't they? So what is growing maybe faster than others? What are you starting to see? Thank you, Spirit, for Aries. Thank you. Ooh, I wanted to come out, but it's gone back in. Sorry, guys. One card, please. It'll come out again. I did see awakening there. Let's see what else wants to come out. Thank you, Spirit. So I have got the Hermit card, which is a very interesting card for the spring. We talked about the bear. So what is growing for you at this time? Okay, and it says here introspection, self-discovery, and mentorship. So what is growing for you at this time? You know how we care for young shoots, young plants. We tend to nurture them, don't we? We tend to guide them. We tend to just give them that little snip here and there, any new little bud, any buds that have come into flower, and then to encourage the growth, we snip off the dead flowers. So this is a time, this is what's happening at this time for you. During this time of self-discovery, during this time of focusing on your nurturing and your growth, you are getting the help that you need whilst you may be feeling solitary. And that's what I'm receiving, but you are willingly and consciously aware that you are doing this introspection at this time. And it is taking a lot of bravery and a lot of courage. And on that word courage, I want you to think about what is, my darling, what is that? And this is one of my new wonderful spiritual expressions that actually the Queen mentioned in one of her Jubilee things, that it's about the golden thread of courage throughout all of this at this time. What is the golden thread of courage for you? What is giving you courage and determination at this time? And is it your faith? Because, you know, the Hermit card is this monk here is holding that lamp, and that lamp is the lamp of truth. And truth, my darling, comes from self-retrospection. It comes from self-evaluation. It comes from a re-evaluation of a situation with the understanding of the gifts of truth that have been given. And gifts of truth come from source energy. It comes from divine source wisdom, and it is always given with love, understanding, compassion, and no judgment. So what I'm feeling with this, that with the snow mountains in the background there has been an ending to something, a symbolic ending to something, but there has been within that symbolic ending huge symbols, huge signs to show you why this experience, this structure in your life has ended. And it has allowed you to face your fears and to be incredibly courageous moving forward. The Hermit card is that card of isolation. And I always talk about it, that it's very important when we're going through a fragile rebirth, a fragile willingness to discover the truth, a re-evaluation, when we're just being those little shoots appearing up from the ground, that we do sometimes need to be protected and looked after, you know, just like a nursery for little seedlings, they're protected within a little sort of propagator machine or a greenhouse. You're just being protected in a space at the moment. So if you feel that people have fallen away, or that you are not perhaps talking to people quite so much, just see it that the universe is protecting you at this time, because you're meant to spend time alone. You're meant to spend time with the universe. You're meant to not have others' energies impacting where you are right now, which is a very beautiful, delicate new growth for you. And it is giving you that time. This time of withdrawal is giving you time to have certain understandings, to have certain clarity on things as well. It's a time to think, my darling, but to think from a beautifully self-aware state with that introspection. To inspect something is to look at it with finite detail, isn't it? It is not a time to overthink, because remember, the mind is not very good at thinking about things without bringing in all sorts of conditioned thought patterns into it. So the isolation is a time to ponder. It is a time of inspiration, thank you, Spirit, and a time to be fueled in your journey forward at this time, to be fueled by faith. Thank you, Spirit. So that is winter. Let's have a look now. Sorry, that is spring. Let's have a look at now summer. Okay, we're in summer right now, but this isn't a reading about specific times of the year coming up for you. This is just a reading about energy cycles. So what to look at as opposed to time cycles in your life. So with summer is a time of growth, isn't it? It's a time of abundance. It's a time of really seeing the fruits of the rest time and the new beginnings of things. And so what in your life right now is in full bloom? What are you appreciating and getting joy and contentment from? Thank you, Spirit, for summer, for Aries. That one should come out. Well, wonderful. You've got the Star card. The beautiful, this one is called the Dreamer, beginning, believing, and protected. So I'm not surprised you've got here this card here with these other cards. You've actually got two full cards here with the Dreamer, and also this full card here, which is the Pilgrim. You've got two cards here of the same thing. This is a wonderful new cycle for you, my darling. And Spirit wants you to embrace it with childlike energy now, to be fearless in your approach, to be imaginative in your approach. Your imagination is incredibly powerful. To focus your attention on having as much fun as possible, because the universe works fast when you're having fun, because you're in a high vibration, and that is what the universe is responding to you. You are protected again. I feel that you've set aside a lot of things that you thought were important in your life now, with the focus on what creates excitement and joy and happiness within you. And it's about chasing after your dreams, but doing it in a childlike state. So doing it with a burst of energy when you feel like doing it, but also, you know, collapsing in a heap and having a rest when you need to have a rest. And it's about not having too much attachment to it. You know, this butterfly will move backwards and forwards, and you never actually really chase it. You actually really sort of get a butterfly. You almost don't want to capture it. So it's about the understanding that as you move forward and embrace imagination and adventure and the potential in your life, and you believe, then it appears for you. So take that leap of faith, step out of your comfort zone. You have been doing it, and keep it simple at this time. Try not to get caught up in that worry space in your head, because that redirects your energy. It redirects the momentum of what you are building right now. And this is wonderful. So you're really beginning to see some big shape shifting going on around you, because you're feeling the freedom of the approach that you're doing at the moment, and you're feeling that there is something in the air right now. And you can see, she's pointing at this butterfly, you can see things are bearing for you at this time, but it's because you have let go. And it's almost like I'm seeing here with the Star card here, do you see he's wearing purple there, sort of around him, and in this card she's sort of wearing a purple dress. So it is with this continued being fueled by faith, is the continued inspired ideas and retrospections that you're doing, that you are receiving the insights that you're needing. And you are and I can see here with the flowers in this card as well, that there is, these are wildflowers. There is an appreciation within you at this time of the wild abundance that there is. And actually, sometimes some flowers can grow, but they have to grow first in order for other flowers to use them as a support for them to grow. So it is a reminder that in nature, there are examples all the time of the abundance that is there, the random abundance, or is it random? Is it all intrinsically placed? You know, just like dandelions, seeds always land on the soil that needs the most. There is a timing for everything, and there is abundance everywhere you look. If you choose to see the thread of it, if you choose to see within that rich tapestry of your life the thread of what is holding this all together, and that, my darling, is you and your inspiration, your courage, your willingness to take responsibility for yourself, your willingness to do this inner work is causing a huge shift and ripple effect. And to get two full cards is wonderful, because you as the Hermit have done that inner work, or you are doing that inner work right now. And then we're going to finish on the Fool. So the Fool card is an interesting cycle. The Fool, the autumn. Autumn is a time of releasing. It's a time of trees letting go of leaves and things. But those leaves land in the soil, and they provide nourishment during the resting winter months in order for the new shoots to come in. So what you are releasing now, with the understanding that it is part of the fabric of your new growth, the new opportunities, the new manifestations, that it has all been necessary in order for the next cycle, then you are seeing it. You're sort of seeing life through that wonderful two-tone, where you're seeing life with practical eyes, but you're also seeing it with a spiritual awareness, and therefore you are thriving within that space. It's a very fertile environment for you to be in the autumn. And autumn is also, early autumn and late summer is a time of harvest as well, isn't it? So this is a time of what you're gathering in at this time, as well as releasing. So let's see what spirit, what is, kind of no longer needed, and also what it's wonderful, wonderful card for balance. So what you're releasing right now is the need for you to do things entirely on your own, and the need for you to be so self-sufficient that you don't ask for help from others. Okay, this is part of what I'm receiving with this balance card for you at this time. This is temperance. Okay, so temperance means to temper, doesn't it? It means in moderation. So what you are releasing, but because you're also releasing it, you're seeing it come back to you because of the balance you brought into your life, the balance in terms of the way you see things, all sides of the story, the way that you are responding to things, the balance of energies, that in moderation you are thinking, in moderation you are expecting, in moderation you are reacting, or you are choosing to see things from a non-judgmental point of view. And because of that, there is magic. Do you see there with the rainbow here? And the rainbows always come out after rain, but they come out when the rain and the sun are kind of combined in the sky. So this is about, emotionally, as you have released, that represents the rain, there has been almost an instantaneous gifts that have been coming back to you, because you are now able to be consciously aware of what you're doing and how you're responding to situations. And because you have here, this is, I believe it's Archangel Michael, but you have sort of 1 foot on the grass there. That is about being grounded, but also 1 foot in the water. It's about, it's about being in touch emotionally with what is happening. It creates an empowerment within you in the place of your standing, of being able to perceive life in a very fair way. It is with that non-judgment as well. And it's giving you patience. It's giving you understanding that everything has a time and a place as well. It does say on the front of this card, blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. So, and there is a rainbow here with 2 cups. So if this means anything for you, it's in terms of understanding that those that have come into your life have come in for a specific reason at a specific time. It is a soul contract with you, and that you are, and with the balance card, with the temperance card, you are also on the right path wherever you are right now. So if that is reassurance that you need at this time, it is also because the angel is standing there, and there is this balancing out that's happening. It is to do things in moderation, not to rush forward at this time, to take time, okay, to take time with what you're doing. You have here the hermit, you've got here, chasing your dreams as like the butterfly, but that is also as an energetic approach to it. It's about taking a leap of faith, but trusting that there is a cycle to this, and all will be shown and be revealed to you at the right time. So I think that's, that's a very beautiful, what they're saying is don't go rushing forward and kind of knock things over. Yes, absolutely. Focus your energy and your momentum and your attention on the movement forward, being in that wonderful creative expression, which is your soul speaking to you, having bursts of energy, but not feeling like you always have to be doing. Remember, it's also about your state of well-being and how you're feeling about the situation and how you can receive at this time. So I think that's really lovely, but it is a confirmation for you that you are on your life path at this time. Okay, so now, and what Spirit is saying with this as well is that if you do this in slow, steady, beautiful steps, moderation, it is a reminder for you that your goal is attainable. So that's wonderful. I'm going to finish on one card for you. Thank you for Aries. One card, one final card for Aries. Too many cards, darlings. One card, please. Please. It's so funny. One card. You've got the Hermit again. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's quite funny. I think the Hermit went back in. One last card. There we go. Well, do you know how lovely is this? This is the card. This is the reason why I chose this this reading, this wheel of fortune, this wheel of life, cycles, approaches, everything connected. There is a reason, a rhyme and a reason for everything. I'm seeing, this is what my eyes are drawn to, okay? So I'm seeing the bees there, the honeybees, about community. This brings me back to the blending of your ideas with others for something extraordinary. So to be ready to not do this entirely on your own, but to blend ideas. The seeds of growth lie within you, my darling. You don't need to run from your fears now. Whatever messages are coming into you will come in with this wonderful, peaceful clarity that when you need it this time, and you are remembering why you're here with this journey. And you can choose now, my darling, to see yourself as that spider in the middle, a master weaver, a master creator, creating this extraordinary web, this tapestry of your life where everything is connected. Or you can choose to see yourself stuck in a situation where you're trapped, and you're not trapped. You have been doing an awful lot of releasing. So this is just a beautiful final card for you to show you. And you know, if we look at the Wheel of Fortune in terms of the sort of traditional meanings of it, Spirit is saying, you know, expect now to be surprised, to be delighted. Expect that it won't go the way that perhaps you're thinking of it going, but actually it's going to be better and it's going to be even more wonderful. And, you know, those seeds that you have planted during your hermit time, during your star healing time, all of it you've been nourishing, they are yet to appear, but they will appear because you have been doing the right work, the right inner work, in order for them to appear. And it is a reminder for us. And I go back to, you know, you've got here these two full cards, and you've also got the Great Mother card here, and all this imagery as well of Mother Nature cycles, that it is a reminder that we are constantly changing and evolving. Our life is constantly going in a cycle, and there is necessary within a cycle, there is necessary growth, there is necessary creation, there is necessary death, there's necessary rebirth, there is necessary destruction, there's necessary dissolution. All of it is necessary because there is a bliss point above it. And even in the worst forms of Mother Nature, with fires and destruction and things, there's always something extraordinary, new growth that comes out of it. So if you have gone through some form of destruction in your life, please have the faith and the trust that it has been necessary in order for your further expansion. And I've talked about, you know, we have certain structures in our life, energy structures. And when it's time for that structure to come down, it is because it has been a completion of it. It has fulfilled its purpose. And it means that there is a new expanded structure coming in, and you have just hit this new expanded structure. So I hope that has helped those that have come to this reading and it's resonated with you. If you do enjoy these readings, do watch my daily readings. I do them from Monday to Friday, my daily readings, but they are lovely little, maybe 10-minute readings that just help all of us on a daily basis, just to get a little maybe nugget of information from spirit. Anyway, my darlings, have the rest of a lovely Sunday, and I look forward to reading again for you soon. Take care. So much love. Bye-bye.